And how do your songs usually start? Do you guys write in the room together, or Luke, do you start with the riffs?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we try to rehearse like this the more. But for example, the last album was made differently because we were only two, Paul and I, in my home studio just to compose like this with one guitar and one bass, and yeah, just we were just both thinking of it, and we composed everything and give the partitions to our drummer after that because he could not be here all the time for the composition, so it was a bit different. But before, for example, the second album, we did pretty everything in the rehearsal room together and just jamming, trying to make a thing out of the chaos of sound. And after that, put every riff one after the other. And yeah, it's two different approaches, but both works.
Do you have a preference, either composing separately or composing in the rehearsal space?
Yeah, I don't know if I really have a preference because for me the cycle, the last album was only made in front of a screen. So now I want to be differently and to be on rehearsal for the next one. But I think after this one, maybe I will think differently. It's yeah, it's a most matter of periods.
Yeah, it's maybe because also this third album was composed during the pandemic, so maybe it was more easier for us to be in the so look at as a home studio and to be there to compose there. That being in the rehearsal room, it was quite difficult at this time to for non-professional musician to rehearsal. So maybe that's why also we did that. So there is no big preferences.
So let's talk about this third album. It's called Dolores, and it will be released on the 26th of May through Time to Kill Records.
Yeah.
Let's start with the concept behind the album, because you guys came up with a very good concept for the album. Can you tell me a little bit about the story?
Yeah. Well, briefly, the story is about a woman, and well, she's quite bored in her everyday life. And after some party, she did she will be transport yeah,
Transported.
transported, okay, in a psychedelic world, and well, some stuff happened after. And well, this is a journey of a character. It's as simple as that. The difference is we wanted to have the sort of concept album, as you said, and it's very different of what we did before. We had goals for every song. So this song has to be the introduction. This song has to be the conclusion. This song has to be the quickest one because the songwriting, the lyrics are telling speaking about something faster. So we constructed this album like a scene of a movie, and we wanted to have different influences and different songwriting between the tracks.
Different ambiances.
Yes,
Yeah,
different atmospheres.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, while we decided to do that, it was only a draft I made for.
Yeah.
I just did this for on my spare time. I showed this to the other members of the band, and they said that it would be a good cover. So just at the beginning, we tried to articulate a story around this woman, and so yeah, it all began from there.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember if we started from the cover or from the lyrics,
from
but
the cover,
yeah,
and
but
after
yeah.
that we did the
Yeah,
lyrics,
but
and
yes.
after that the music.
So yeah, that's why maybe we started from Discover, and we were like, okay, what could be the story behind this Discover, and what could we tell?
Yeah, this is so yeah. Briefly, this is the story of a woman who is very bored by her everyday life, and after a moment, she has an encounter with someone, and so there is issues with drugs, with the psychedelic world. She began to see from there, and after that, it's more about manipulation, and yeah, all the story is more about manipulation. I think this is the main thing.
So you guys went from being influenced by horror movies to writing your own screenplay.
Yeah, that's the yeah, that's maybe our history. And yeah, for this one we think about so some movies. So well, obviously the melt movies, the body horror movies, as Luke said, because they are they are part of this death metal aesthetics, but also about other movies like well, we quote Neon Demon, this kind of film in which the melting elements on the screen are more used to express the what's inside the brain of the person, or what she. So that's what we wanted to use these melt elements, melt movies elements to explain more something like that, like about thinking about.
Yeah, so that's more. You can think of the melting as a metaphor of the life of the character going out of control. So everything grips between her fingers, because she can't control it.
Yeah.
And this is what we try to do now, to express something more metaphorical.
Yeah. Well, I think melt movies was always was about something metaphorical with a second sense.
Yeah, but you have to dig.
Yeah, you have to dig. Sometimes you have to dig. Sometimes these movies from the 80s were sometimes, how they say it, well, maybe there were some purposes between just having people transformed in zombies or being melting with the face melting, but
yeah, maybe.
But maybe sometimes you were like, okay, they were just experimenting visual effects, and that's all. Well, that's all maybe we wanted to make in this album. And as you said, yes, we wanted this time to, well, not continue to be influenced by, to talk about our movies, but write our own screenplay, our movies, in music, not.
Luke, you said that you wrote the story in your spare time. Is this something that you want to do more of? Do you like writing fiction? Do you like writing screenplays?
I only did a draft for the cover in my spare time, but after
okay.
Yeah, from that we wrote together the screenplay.
Yeah, the story.
Okay, gotcha.
Of the album, yeah. But I also like to write sometimes when I can.
This is something that you're both you guys are interested in terms of creating stories and creating fiction. Maybe doing your own short film someday.
Yeah, I think that's why we like to record albums and complete like albums more than only demos and EPs. It's because most of the time you can tell us by putting songs together. You try to put a cover that fits for everything. So yeah, we were really interested by that. Yeah. And I think in the near future we'll continue this way.
Yeah, and we are also big fans of, as I said in the beginning, fans of prog rock and also these concept albums. I think we grew up with this kind of songwriting, and and because also we have like prog metal band. Well, Luke also played in Demon Seed, which is a progressive death metal band, and I play in Epitaph. And even if the songwriting of both bands are different, I think we are all attracted by telling stories, and yeah, that's maybe why unconsciously in Liquid Flesh, because even if we started from something simple, at the end we want to tell a story with it.
Yeah, we're more attracted by music that evolves in the time, that goes through different ambiences, different atmospheres within one song. So yeah, I think this will sound a little bit more like that in the future.